I want to talk about women because I love that the women take more of a centre stage here, and it feels very much about female empowerment. Was that something you both were excited to explore in this film?
Yeah. I think, it's interesting. It's like female empowerment. I think for me that looks like characters that don't all look or feel the same. Characters that are complicated and that you can hate and that you can love and that you can disagree with and that you can, feel complicated feelings for. And I think that, to me, that's what strong characters are, something that you can dig your teeth into and be confused by their decisions and talk about it later and wonder, well, who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, whose side are we on, is there any such thing? That, to me, those are powerful characters, and I think I feel incredibly lucky to be in a film that shows many different versions of what that looks like.
Zendaya, I feel like your character seems to be the only one who's not actually driven by power. Like, she's rather pure. What do you think about that and how she sort of, contrasts to everyone else?
Yeah, well, I think she's one of the few people that is just human. She's not a Bene Gesserit. She doesn't have these, access to, every resource in the world. She's really in a defensive position, and all she has is herself and her love for the people around her and her fierce protection of them. So that's all she cares about, is just trying to do right by the people she sees every day and the people that she loves and cares about. And I think ultimately that's kind of the end point, I think, as an audience, is feeling like you connect to a human character. And I think, if anything, she's the most human because she doesn't have anything but herself to rely on. And ultimately trying to find love in that as well, I think was interesting because of what Paul represents to her. Yeah. And I think the fear and I think the pain that he represents, or the figure of him represents, and trying to reconcile with that inside of herself when she ultimately just wants to do the right thing. I think it's very difficult. I think it's a battle that she's constantly having inside of her, on top of the one she's literally being faced with. So yeah, I think it just makes for a even more heartbreaking conclusion.